In an unexpected turn of events, the viral mugshot of Sarah Seawright, a popular online figure referred to as Prison Bae or Felon Bae, garnered public attention and criticism in 2016. It raised many positive and negative reviews from the media members. Some focused on her crime, criticizing her for her actions, while others diverted their attention to her physical appearance, describing her as "sexy Sarah." However, this chronicle is more than just a sensational moment. It is a story of self-discovery, adaptability, and unanticipated events. The big question is, where is she now? Stay tuned to find out. The viral mugshot. Sarah Seawright became widely known for her striking mugshot, which quickly went viral and overshadowed the serious charges she faced. According to the report, she was arrested by the police for a string of criminal offenses, including aggravated robbery, kidnapping, first-degree battery, hindering prosecution, and tampering with physical evidence. Surprisingly, Sarah's criminal history raised alarm. So, what exactly is a mugshot? According to Wikipedia, a mugshot is a photograph of a person's face made for an official purpose, especially police records. It typically includes a front or side view of the individual, often captured during their arrest for identification purposes. Despite the gravity of her charges, many on the internet appeared more concerned with her appearance in the mugshot than the crime she was accused of. That was not all. Someone even referred to Sarah as Jezebel in a social media post. How hilarious! A strange social media trend was started by her near-perfect mugshot, which showed off her striking features, serene manner, and flawless makeup. Interestingly, people started romanticizing her past deeds and seeing her as a fascinating figure rather than a criminal. How did the name Felon Bae come about? An odd combination of her gorgeous mugshot and the criminal charges she faced led to the phenomenon known as Felon Bae, a term created by internet users. From another perspective, some saw Sarah's predicament as representative of how the internet frequently turns controversial people into viral sensations. In contrast, others contended that concentrating on her appearance was a regrettable diversion from the seriousness of her crimes. In addition to becoming a fascinating topic, Sarah Seawright's mugshot exposed a darker aspect of online culture. It emphasized how, occasionally, people could ignore or minimize important issues in favor of amusement or a viral moment. Her case is a prime example of how the internet can transform a person's life, for better or worse, in the twinkling of an eye. The viral trend serves as a reminder of how online culture can skew reality and value surface-level characteristics over substance. So even though the public is fascinated by her appearance, it is crucial to remember the gravity of the accusations against her. Notably, the background of Sarah's paradigm shift has led to a tendency in which internet culture frequently places more value on spectacle and beauty than the gravity of criminal activity. Unexpectedly, Twitter erupted with memes and commentary, with some users jokingly suggesting that she was too beautiful to commit a crime, talkless of being in jail. This trend became evident with the fascination both she and Jeremy Meeks, the former Prison Bae, have received for their mugshots, reflecting how society reacts to beauty, especially in the context of criminality. Jeremy, who became an internet sensation after his mugshot went viral, captured hearts and landed a modeling contract, turning his criminal past into a business opportunity. Unbelievable, right? Jeremy Ray Meeks is an American fashion model, actor, and convicted felon. A former member of the Core Street Gang, Jeremy was arrested in 2014 during a gang sweep called Operation Ceasefire in Stockton, California. On June 18, 2014, the Stockton Police Department arrested Jeremy and 3 other men in a multi-agency law enforcement mission dubbed Operation Ceasefire. Jeremy was listed as a convicted felon, arrested for felony weapon charges. However, he denied the charges. Afterward, police posted his mugshot alongside 3 other convicts on Facebook. Surprisingly, within 24 hours after the photos were posted to the Stockton Police Department's page, Jeremy's photo had acquired 15,000 likes and 3,700 comments, especially from women who admired his physique. His multiracial mix of black and white features was widely considered attractive. The following day, news and entertainment site BuzzFeed recognized Jeremy's mugshot as a meme. Then, on Friday, June 20th, 2014, the fans on Twitter created the hashtag #FelonCrushFriday in honor of Jeremy's post. Joe Silva, Stockton Police Department spokesman, later acknowledged that the mugshot had received more attention than any other mugshot since they launched their Facebook book page in early 2012. According to the report from an anonymous source, it was discovered that as of April 2021, the post had skyrocketed to 95,000 likes, 24,000 comments, and 11,000 shares. Incredible! He was sentenced to serve 2 years and 3 months in a California prison, during which he admitted to claiming to be a member of the North Side Gangster Crips. Once he was released from Mendota Federal Correctional Institution, he unexpectedly began modeling for a renowned modeling agency that liked his mugshot photos following his jail sentence. It was like a dream come true for Jeremy and his mother, Catherine Angier, who set up a GoFundMe page on social media to raise money for his bail. After a few years of enjoying fame and admiration, Sarah Seawright surfaced on the internet with stunning mugshot photos, earning many mixed reviews from viewers who knew little or no information about her. Although Seawright became the most recent viral sensation, some fans began to speculate about a potential romance between the two on social media. Online users later expressed playful expectations that the two would soon hook up, picturing a viral power couple of these two individuals who first came to light thanks to their mugshots. This idle conjecture has only increased interest in Seawright, indicating a combination of internet users' curiosity and wishful thinking. However, despite the viral fame and online attention, both Seawright and Meeks continue to face the reality of their criminal charges. Their viral mugshots often overshadow the serious nature of their alleged crimes, which can be dangerous, as it may detract from the real-life consequences of their actions. What happened to Sarah? According to BBC News, she was arrested on April 2016 for failing to appear in court related to a careless driving charge. Did you know this was not Sarah's first issue with the police? Reports revealed that in 2012, she faced more serious allegations, including robbery, kidnapping, and battery, stemming from a parking lot theft. One of the most memorable moments during the social media frenzy surrounding Sarah Seawright involved NFL star Chad Okocinco-Johnson. As her mugshot circulated online, fans began tagging Johnson on Twitter, urging him to use his wealth to bail Seawright out of jail. The tweets ranged from playful to outright pleading, with users joking that someone with her beauty shouldn't have to remain behind bars. This humorous campaign quickly took on a life of its own, with countless fans attempting to draw Johnson into the situation. Known for his quick wit and engaging online persona, Johnson responded in a way that entertained and addressed the matter. His tweet, "Today is a day to save money. She's gonna have to sit and think about her mistakes," blended humor with practicality and struck a chord with his followers. Seawright's case gained even more attention as the response became popular. It sparked a broader conversation about responsibility, the impact of celebrities, and society's propensity to value beauty over individual accountability, and added a humorous element. Following this surge of attention, Fox8.com reported that Seawright appeared to have been released from jail. The specifics of her release were not disclosed, leaving the public curious about her next steps. Regardless of the specifics, Seawright's story is a compelling example of how the internet can turn a routine legal case into a global spectacle. Her sudden fame revealed the complex dynamics between appearance, justice, and viral culture, sparking debates beyond her initial arrest. But wait a minute, could there be a connection between her family's crime history and hers? Let us look into Sarah's background, shall we? Background check on Sarah Seawright and Jeremy Meeks. Renowned for being called Felon Bae, Sarah Seawright spent her early years in Arkansas. Born into a modest family, Sarah's childhood was marked by typical experiences and unique challenges. Details of her early life are still mostly unknown, yet they provide insight into a young woman attempting to navigate the challenges of living in a state with a high poverty rate and few prospects for upward mobility. Interestingly, Sarah's upbringing was greatly influenced by her family. Reports suggest that she was raised in a supportive household, but like many families in underprivileged areas, they face their share of struggles. Unfortunately, socioeconomic disparities have long been a problem in Arkansas, where many families have limited access to resources. This backdrop may have influenced Sarah's worldview and choices. Even though her parents were said to be hardworking, Sarah was exposed to positive influences and possible dangers in her social surroundings. According to the Daily Mail, individuals growing up in such environments often encounter peer pressure, economic hardships, and limited role models outside their immediate circles. For Sarah, this mix of support and societal pressure likely shaped her decisions as a teenager and young adult. Sarah went to local Arkansas schools and was considered gregarious and friendly. According to friends from school, she had a remarkable personality and the capacity to stand out in a crowd. Despite these admirable qualities, Sarah's academic record and long-term goals are still mostly unknown. Sarah was probably impacted by her environment, just like many teenagers. Known for its tight-knit communities, Arkansas also faces systemic injustices and high incarceration rates. Due to limited opportunities and economic hardships, many young people come into contact with the criminal justice system. Sarah's teenage years were marked by significant changes, typical for young people trying to find their identity. She was certainly conscious of the possibility of a better future, but it appeared that the pressures and temptations of her surroundings hurt her. She might have started interacting with people during this time who exposed her to circumstances resulting in legal issues. A report by BuzzFeed on Sarah's life suggests that individuals from disadvantaged areas often make choices driven by necessity or a lack of awareness about long-term consequences. These factors likely contributed to Sarah's eventual run-ins with the law, whether it was financial struggles, social pressure, or simply being in the wrong place at the wrong time. On the other hand, Jeremy Meeks was born on February 7, 1984, in Tacoma, Washington. Jeremy's parents were Raymond Meeks and Catherine Anger, the son. Tacoma is the county seat of Pierce County, Washington, United States. It is the second largest city in the Puget Sound area and the third most populous in the state. Notably, it is locally known as the City of Destiny because the area was chosen to be the western terminus of the Northern Pacific Railroad. According to the report, Jeremy's father was jailed for committing an offense in 1984 and was later released in 2017. At 15 years old, Jeremy moved out of home, but later became caught up in crime while living on the streets. He was soon sent to a juvenile detention center. Shortly after being released, he was shot 5 times and beaten up by gang members. He said, "Being in juvenile detention made me adapt to the violence. I did not have that much education and probably read at a 5th grade reading level when I went to prison." In the year 2002, he was charged with multiple crimes, including robbery and causing corporal injury to a child. He was charged with assaulting a 16-year-old boy, a crime that later changed the trajectory of his life. Even though his mother, Kate, never supported his network of friends, Jeremy saw nothing wrong with them and thought they were all meant to be friends from the beginning. So he went out of his way to win their approval and project an image of himself as a big guy. Consequently, Jeremy received a 2-year sentence in a California state prison. During his time behind bars, he admitted to claiming to be a member of the notorious North Side Gangster Crip Gang, which is known for its violent history. Coincidentally, his prison time marked a turning point in his life, and after serving his sentence, Jeremy gained unexpected fame, eventually becoming a model. Despite his turbulent past, Jeremy has since worked to rebuild his life, making his story one of redemption and transformation. What was his journey to stardom like? In March 2015, renowned photographer and talent agent Jim Jordan's White Cross Management Agency signed Jeremy Meeks to a management contract. This happened after Jeremy completed a transitional housing program following his release from prison in March 2016. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to be a recently released ex-offender? They often leave the correctional facility with a mindset that the world no longer accepts them for who they are and that they do not know exactly where they are going. Their minds and souls would undoubtedly be overcome by feelings of segregation, loneliness, pain, and guilt, despite their apparent happiness at finally being outside the prison yard. Maybe that was how Jeremy felt as he exited the prison gates. Jeremy was very happy to breathe free air, as they called it, and finally met his family, who tried all they could to bail him out. Still, all their efforts seemed futile as he eventually served his complete jail term. Subsequently, Jeremy's later rise to fame began with his professional career, which launched in June 2016, a pivotal moment in his life after prison. The partnership with White Cross Management played a significant role in Jeremy's sought-after figure in the modeling industry. According to him, he never imagined being on a runway for any reason in his life. Still, the agency and contract exposed him to the other side of life, saying that sometimes some people's lives are already planned before they were even conceived. What do you think about Jeremy's perception of life? Under the guidance of Jordan and his team, Jeremy honed his image and began to build a new career different from his past. It was like using makeup on your face to cover skin blemishes. Jeremy's striking appearance and charismatic presence quickly caught the public's attention, establishing him as one of the most talked-about models at the time. After a few months, Jeremy stopped feeling like an ex-convict and began living the celebrity lifestyle he had always dreamt of living from childhood. Recognizing Jeremy's potential, White Cross Management kept him in the spotlight across all their media platforms, increasing his notoriety beyond his initial level. In an unbelievable twist of events, Jeremy was featured on the cover of prestigious online publications, including James Magazine USA Vol. 7 and White Cross Magazine Vol. O, further solidifying his newfound fame. Through this partnership, Jeremy reinvented his career and revitalized his once tarnished public image, transitioning from a felon with a controversial past to a respected model. On February 13, 2017, Jeremy Meeks officially stepped into the fashion world by making his debut on the runway for Philip Plein's Fall/Winter 2017-2018 Women's and Men's Fashion Show collection. The event occurred at the iconic New York Public Library during the highly anticipated New York Fashion Week. This marked a significant milestone in his modeling career. In April of the same year, Meeks was scheduled to travel to the United Kingdom for a high-profile appearance and several photo shoots. However, he was denied entry into the country upon landing at Heathrow Airport. Officials interrogated them before promptly sending him back to the United States, halting his planned engagements. Despite this setback, Meeks continued to thrive in his career. In May 2017, he made his European runway debut during Philip Plein's Resort 2018 presentation at the prestigious Cannes Film Festival. On June 18th, he showcased Plein's Spring-Summer 2018 sportswear collection, this time during the globally celebrated Milan Fashion Week. His transition from controversy to a flourishing modeling career highlighted his growing prominence in the fashion industry, establishing him as a familiar face on international runways. 1 month later, Jeremy appeared in a campaign for the Israeli sunglasses fashion house, Carolina Lemka, partially owned by an Israeli model, television host, businesswoman, and actress named Bar Raffaeli. It was even rumored that she was among Israel's most internationally successful models. According to Forbes Israel, her net worth of 2015 was estimated at $20 million, making her the highest paid model in Israel. Realizing Jeremy's background and prison experience, she was shocked to see him look refined, saying, "There has never been a mix like this." She was happy to play a role in Jeremy's success and thanked the stars for leading him her way. Moving on, Jeremy Meeks later appeared in Tommy Hilfiger's Spring 2018 fashion show in Milan on February 25th of the same year. The show collaborated with model Gigi Hadid and ran during Milan Fashion Week. He also appeared on the cover of the summer 2018 issues of the fashion and lifestyle magazines FV and L'Officiel Hommes. In September 2019, Frankfurt-based fashion company Fashion Concept GmbH announced a $15 million partnership with Jeremy to build a fashion line in his name. Then, in November 2019, Meeks became a brand ambassador for the fragrance line Gesada Switzerland's fragrance duo, Gesada Ambassador. The fashion line launched on July 2020. For Jeremy, who had walked the runway for fashion designers like Philip Plein and Tommy Hilfiger for years, this collaboration represented a new challenge and a wider audience because he did not just become a top model, but also marketed his fashion label. Unfortunately, Fashion Concept GmbH filed for bankruptcy in 2022 after alleged fraudulent practices were discovered. Jeremy Meeks, today. On April 2024, Jeremy, who is now 40 years old and rose to fame after his 2014 mugshots went viral, had an interview with People telling the press, men and women, his life story and how his experiences have shaped his perspective of life. I am in a place in my life where I am extremely vulnerable and want to tell my story, the whole story, and hope that people can connect to it and understand how I came to be in the place that I am at in my life," he said in a statement shared with the members of the press. Apart from speaking about his 2015 conviction and life after his 2016 jail release, Jeremy detailed his early beginning, describing his experience as bouncing from coast to coast to enduring poverty-stricken and gang-tied adolescence. You may find it interesting to learn that while poverty does not directly cause crime, it does play a significant role in encouraging people to commit crimes that carry consequences. Studies have repeatedly shown that people from low-income backgrounds are more likely to encounter the criminal justice system than their wealthier counterparts. According to Brookings, an American think tank, boys from families earning less than $14,000 annually are 20 times more likely to be imprisoned in their early 30s compared to boys from families earning over $143,000. This stark disparity highlights the systemic issues that often trap individuals in cycles of poverty and crime. One reason for this connection is the scarcity of resources available to impoverished families. People living in poverty frequently lack access to quality education, healthcare, and job opportunities, all of which are critical in keeping people away from criminal activity. Without these resources, a lot of people resort to illicit activities like drug trafficking or theft to meet their basic needs or get out of their financial difficulties. For example, there are typically more property crimes and drug-related offenses in neighborhoods with high poverty rates. Another important factor linking poverty to incarceration is the inability to pay fines and legal fees. Due to their inability to pay bail or fines, many nonviolent offenders continue to be imprisoned. Additionally, poverty increases exposure to violent crime. A U.S. study conducted between 2008 and 2012 revealed that people living at or below the federal poverty level experienced more than twice the rate of violent crime compared to those from high-income households. Generational poverty is another critical factor. Families trapped in poverty for generations often experience a lack of upward mobility. Without role models, support systems, or financial stability, children in these households grow up in environments where criminal activity may seem like a normal or necessary way of life. Addressing this issue requires systemic change. Investments in education, job creation, affordable housing, and healthcare can significantly reduce poverty-related crime. Furthermore, reforming the justice system to focus on rehabilitation rather than punishment can help break the cycle of incarceration. When poverty is tackled effectively, the ripple effect on crime rates profoundly benefits individuals, families, and society. According to Jeremy, poverty was the main reason for his situation because his family was having financial difficulties, which forced him to rely on his friends for support in their way. He was also exposed to smoking, drinking, clubbing, picking pockets, and shoplifting at a young age. In his harrowing autobiography, Model Citizen, the autobiography of Jeremy Meeks, which was released on September 3rd via Kingston Imperial and distributed by Penguin Random House, Jeremy told his personal story about his battles with gang violence, poverty, race, and the inevitable life-changing moments that turned his life around. Apart from working as a model and actor with White Cross Management, Jeremy is also a father to Jaden Meeks Green, with his ex-girlfriend, Chloe Green, and Jeremy Jr., with Melissa Meeks, his ex-wife. He told Extra recently, "We are all co-parenting. They are incredible mothers." As for where he spends most of his downtime now, Jeremy said he chooses to reside in Monte Carlo, Monaco, due to the country's strict paparazzi laws. Reflecting on his kids, he said to Hollywood Life, "My kids changed my life. As wild as it was, they slowed me down, and now they are my motivation and fuel to what I do and what I do it." Jeremy's statement revealed how important it is for him to give his kids the kind of parenting that his parents never gave him while growing up. Although there is no recent news on Sarah Seawright, an anonymous source disclosed that he was later released after the completion of her jail term and decided to become more reserved concerning her personal life. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Before you go, hit that notification bell on your screen to watch more of our videos. We hope to see you in our next video. Bye for now.